My estranged father passed away August 22nd, 2025, and I did a whole video of how I felt about it, but I guess I never hit the record button. So yeah, so this next clip that you see, it's me talking about like the next steps and stuff. So yeah, so that is basically what this video is about, is just going through the process of dealing with an estranged parent passing away, in a different space as well. Like he passed away in Puerto Rico, so just really trying to understand how Puerto Rico is, how I feel about being back in Puerto Rico, because I haven't been to Puerto Rico in over 20 something years. And so I was just kind of overwhelmed about having to go back, and all of the emotions with like the bad experiences I had back then. And by bad experiences, I mean I'm severely allergic to the mosquitoes down there. And so growing up, when we did go visit, I would just have these really bad reactions. And it was very traumatizing. But now that I'm an adult, I still had that traumatic feeling and scared about going to Puerto Rico. But this is basically, in essence, what we did and how I experienced going down there in over 20 plus years.
Good morning. Happy Friday. Made it to another weekend. But I wanted to come back up here again because I can't remember what I talked about the last time. I think I'm going to. I feel like this specific series is going to be more like a diary. Um, just being more, I guess. I don't know how transparent I'm going to be with this, but I think I'm treating this like as a diary at this point. So, not sure what I said the last piece, but the burial has been set. It is going to be September 10th. And I also found out like the weekend that we found out, I think he was cremated on that Monday. And so I want to say it'll be 2 weeks since. Let me look at a calendar. Okay. So we found out, my sister and I and my mom, we found out about him being dead on the 23rd. So that Monday, the 25th, apparently they cremated him. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. Okay. So about like 3.5 weeks. Yeah, just about 3.5 weeks. So yeah, I don't know if I talked about it in the other video. But anyways, the burial is September 10th. So I am going down September 9th with my mom down to Puerto Rico. So then the burial will be on the 10th. And then the 10th through the 12th, I guess we'll go through the house and figure out what's what. So yeah, I'm very anxious. Anxious because one, just the traumatic experiences that I've had in Puerto Rico, like even as like a 30, how old am I? 38-year-old. Even as a 38-year-old, I haven't been there since I was a teenager. It was still pretty traumatic. So, I'm not looking forward to it. And traumatic in the sense that like I am just really allergic to the mosquito bites, and I'm just trying to prepare as much as I can. So I got these anti-mosquito patches. I need to do a little bit more research to see if I can put them like on the inside of my clothes, or does it have to be on the outside? Because I've only seen I've only seen examples of people wearing them on the outside, and I'm wondering if I can wear them on the inside, but I guess not because it's not supposed to touch my skin. So anyways, so yeah, I have these. It says, it's funny because it's like you can use 1 to 2 patches of a time for mild exposure and 3 to 4 for high mosquito activity. So now I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to start off with 1 to 2 patches, but I'm also getting mosquito spray. I mean, like the off spray. I'm getting that. And then I'm also going to get some like Benadryl or cortisone for the cream in case like I do get bit. And so yeah, I'll just keep upping the patches and the spray throughout the day, which totally sucks because it's like, I don't want to smell like this, but it is what it is. Like, I'd rather smell like this than get eaten up because it's not gonna look cute at all. And then checking the weather, of course, like the high is gonna be in the 90s, the low is gonna be like high 70s. So then it's like, okay, do I just sweat to death and wear long things so I don't get bitten up? Or do I just like wear regular things that will help me cool off? So that's like a lot of things that I need to think of and consider. So that is what's driving the anxiety right now leading up to it, is just all these questions, and I'm trying to prepare as much as I can. But I am worried because I don't want to feel that way. Like I don't want to deal with it. And then on top of that, my cycle is supposed to start. So it's like, it's just not going to be, I'm trying to remain positive. I'm hoping that it's going to be an okay week. We shall see. I will use this as a diary to talk about it. But yeah, so just wanted to update you guys on, they have picked the burial arrangements, and then we are going to go down there next week, and I'll be bringing you guys along with me, and we'll see how this all goes. So yeah, so just wanted to hop on and say, hey, this is like another part of the series, and we will go from there. Other than that, I am sad that nobody's coming with me other than my mom. I mean, like, nobody in my immediate house is coming with me because my husband is staying for the kids and the dog. And then I would take my oldest, but he just started back into school, and I really don't want to like mess that up for him. And so yeah, that's what it's gonna be like. So yeah. Anyways, I think that's all that I wanted to say. So if anything else pops up or I can think of, I will let y'all know. Other than that, maybe, I don't know. We do have a lot of stuff to do this weekend, but maybe that'll be a different vlog, and this will just be the diaries of dealing with an estranged parent's death. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
As soon as we landed in Puerto Rico, immediate family welcomed us with open arms and fed us. Not the touristy, Americanized type of food that you would get in San Juan or any of the higher destination places, but the family-owned or small business-owned restaurants. And let me tell you, that food was amazing. All the restaurants that we went to did not disappoint. And each one of them had their own recipe for sangria, and each one was absolutely amazing. I found out my father died in August, and a wave of relief consumed me, mixed with sadness and fear for my mom. Sadness because even though they were legally separated, he was still her person. Fear for her because I don't want her to go through a similar situation that he did when he died. Alone, body left for days until someone found him. So we went to Puerto Rico. For me, it was to confirm he was dead. Yes, I heard he died, but I wanted to put my eyes on it. There was no trust in this man because he weaved a web of lies that was so complicated that if he told me the sky was blue, I would look out the window to check the color of the sky. I said I would never attend his funeral, but I did. I did because I wanted to see it. To see him in a box, see them put him in the building that they put cremated people in. Again, I wanted to see it with my own eyes. I cried. Not for him, but for the sadness that family members had for his passing. He was selective and calculated. Selective of who he cherished, who he lied to, and who he loved. I'm saying this, but there are quotations around loved. My sister and I had categorized him as a narcissistic sociopath. And no doctor has diagnosed him with this. And even going through his medical records, no one seemed to have diagnosed him in such a way. But of course, Google, my sister and I have researched his behavior, what he did, XYZ, and we have diagnosed him as a narcissistic sociopath. The funeral, or should I say the military ceremony, was super quick. I appreciate the quickness and the efficiency of getting it done. I think the hardest part for others was to see that he was finally gone. But something magical happened with this person dying. I reunited with family. Family I had not seen since I was a teenager, and some family that I had not seen since I was an infant. I saw my other sister that I had not seen since I was a teenager. Last time we saw each other, I think we were all 13 and 12, and we met in Florida in a super awkward time and space. But when at that time, what we heard from our parents about each other was Bible. Both positive or negative about each other, we took it as the truth. But now that we are all adults, we are putting our parents' feelings to the side and learning each other for the first time. We talked about our children, we compared notes about our lives and how we grew up with and without our dad. I appreciated that experience, being able to talk to her and hear her perspective of how her life was in the past 30 plus years. My only regret was to not try harder to talk to family when I was growing up, but I did not want him in my life and my children's life that much that I cut off the whole side in fear that he would crawl his slimy self into my ecosystem. The stories my family shared in those 4 days were intriguing. Growing up in Puerto Rico, the highs and the lows, how life is now for them and what they're doing in the future. They accepted us instantly. They did not treat us like strangers, but as if we grew up with them. It was a nice experience. Part of going down to Puerto Rico was to see what my father had left, whether it was a will, his paperwork for the military, what he wanted to do for his passing, whatever. We were just trying to find documentation so we could proceed with trying to close out his estate. While we were looking for documentation, we found so many photographs. Many photographs of when me and my sisters were babies, even when my grandparents were young and toting their kids around. And then hearing again the stories from family members, remembering their experiences in Puerto Rico, their experiences in New York. and just how they grew up so differently compared to how we grew up. It was a really good bonding experience. Of course, going into those houses, I don't remember anything about them. I honestly thought the houses were designed differently. So going into those houses, I couldn't remember anything about it and how special they were. And now, at my big age of 38, I'm excited again to visit Puerto Rico. I'm no longer scared of him just popping up and causing chaos, scared of those damn mosquitoes. Y'all, it was bad growing up. But I only walked away with 7 bites and no impetigo this time. I'm excited to go back, next time bringing my husband and kids so they can see the other side of my family. Thank you for watching. Until next time.